everyone, welcome on back to the channel, and this is episode 5 of Legend of Patchy here. Now, last time we had left off, we had tried to go and, strike a friendship with our good old buddy, the owner of the general store there, and that tended to work out okay from what I remember there. Looks like we had left in a semi, reasonable state when it comes to our relationship with Bert there. So, again, as we continue on with our whole play there, our whole goal is to actually try to make friends with the majority of the townsfolk there before we continue on with our generation. But today is a Thursday, so of course, as we know, our market day is on Fridays and Tuesdays, so we have one more day until market day there. And from what I remember the last time that we had talked about, I wanted to get my charisma and everything up. That way we could do the whole sales pitch and everything and have our market days go a little bit more smoothly. Now, the one thing I still need to look into is, trying to find out what was going on before when I think it was some mod that was causing the stuff on the table not to actually sell. I have been looking around on the forums and have noticed a few people talking about how the table is broken. It's been broken for quite some time, but, even with Strangerville being released, there's been a few things that have been messing up with the sales tables and having yard sales and everything. So that may cause some more issues for us as we go through, but we'll end up figuring that out there. So as we start off this day here, the typical kind of day with Patrick always being uncomfortable on us there. So we need to go ahead and take care of his bladder and his hunger there. So let's go ahead and send him on over to the bathroom and then go and get him a bite to eat before we start off our day. It's bright and early, 5:45 in the morning, typical good start time for any sort of farmer there. We can go ahead and have some breakfast as well. We'll go ahead and make our typical scrambled eggs and bacon, see if he actually burns that guy on us. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and start harvesting all of our plants like we do every single morning there and sell these guys off. Since it's not market day, we can actually sell these in our inventory here and go ahead and get the typical costs, like the going price or market price, I guess, for all of those crops there to make it a little bit easier for us. And like I said, apart from getting the charisma up, because I'd like to see if we could get it up to at least probably about level 4 there. We're at level 3 right now, well on our way. We can go ahead and try to get that up to level 4. That'll probably help out as far as our sales pitches and everything. I'd like to go to a different neighborhood and possibly see if we can find some wild plants growing somewhere, or possibly some plants that some of the townsfolk have cultivated, for example, to see if we could possibly pull a few more crops on our farm there to boost our sales a little bit. Because right now we've got a pretty good amount. We got a pretty good set of bluebells here. I went ahead and I planted some more. As you can see, I went ahead and did what I talked about there, making it where it's a row of 2 in each little section, since whenever you have your gardening up to a certain amount, he can actually water 4 plants at a time as you go through. It just made sense to kind of group them together. That way it spends less time actually watering and less time actually harvesting, and gives us more time in our day to continue on and do what it is that we want to do there. Looks like that we got some decent scrambled eggs going for us there. Let's go ahead and get that going. I noticed that our laundry from our last mishap there, if I went and I actually look at it to go and unload it, says clean this as used. Didn't get a chance to actually truly wash those clothes, so we may have to redo that laundry there. We got a little bit of laundry stacking up, but that's kind of IRL there, to be honest. But we'll go ahead and we'll finish up our meal here. Probably need to clean that up as well before we go and do anything else. Try to keep that house tidy. And then come on out and actually harvest everything. So I'm going to start off in this back corner here and just say harvest all. You should go through and actually get all the plants since they're in close proximity to each other. I know if it's there's a certain amount of space in between the plants, or maybe it's there's a fence in between or something along those lines there, it keeps them from gathering all the plants at one time. But I think we'll be good as far as getting all of at least these plants here. Our lemon trees haven't grown just yet, but we do probably need to water these guys. No, I guess we don't need to water them. They seem to be going perfectly fine on their own there. I'm just waiting for those to sprout. That way we can get some lemons to actually sell as well, because I think those go for 4 a piece or even 6 a piece, something along those lines there. And it looks like it's apparently snowing today, so it's going to be one of those really random weird days. We got sun snow. It's a lovely phenomenon apparently. So let's go ahead and get those dishes washed up and then get him outside that he can go and grab some of those plants there. Harvest all of our bluebells, harvest all of our actual, mushrooms, and then we have our sage bushes and our parsley bushes and even our carrots there. A couple of our other plants we have planted here are basil, which isn't in season yet, and then also we have some spinach, which is also not in season, but we're going to keep those. I probably should move those off to like into the back of the property there until it's actually time for them to be in season. But I guess it's fine for right now until we get a lot more plants that we can work with. We'll go ahead and finish this guy up here. Then we can go ahead and sell those a little bit more, and it looks like we're good. So let's go ahead and see just what we got as far as what we can sell there. All right, so it looks like we got mushrooms here. So we got 42 mushrooms that we can sell for 42 bucks. We have 15 sage bushes here that we can sell for $3 a piece. So that's going to give us a total of $45. As far as carrots, we got 3 as well, so that's going to give us 45 as well. Where are carrots actually planted? Right here? Yeah, we went ahead and we planted a couple extra carrot plants. Probably since, let's go ahead and do that. Let's move the spinach plants over, and then we can just kind of set these off to the side over here. That way we can have a couple of extra spots for our carrots to be planted there. We can plant an extra 3 carrots. That would give us a little bit extra funds as we go through. Since we get a pretty good amount of carrots per bush there, any extra funds is always going to be really helpful. And then, what was it? These guys right here. I'm going to go ahead and leave the basil for right now because we don't really need to worry about that. All right, let's go ahead and pull a couple of carrots out here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to have him start actually planting these guys while I sell the rest of the stuff here. So carrots we can sell for $36 for all 12 of those. And then we got a good set of parsley, which we get $2 each, so we can sell that one. And then, of course, the ton of bluebells that we have, 112 to be exact. It's going to be 224 bucks. So got a pretty good haul when it comes to actually like selling those guys, which is really nice. We'll go ahead and, I guess because it's snowing, it automatically waters my plants too. Well, that's very handy. No, it looks like these need to be watered as well. So I guess some of them automatically get watered as we go through and plant. No, I guess that one needs to be watered. There we go. I guess I read that wrong. I was looking at the weed there, and for some reason I thought that it was like the actual water deal. So technically, yeah, I guess we still would have to water. I guess snow wouldn't technically water a plant, even though it's frozen water. It eventually would melt, and then it would be fine, but oh well. So as you can see, like as he went and he watered, it hit like all 3 of those there. And it looks like, well, I guess it's only hitting 2 on that side, but we're at least making sure that we're getting a couple done at a time. That way we're not like wasting a good set of like actually like water actions. It tends to cause us to, or tends to have that go a little bit faster there, going through and having them done in this sort of format. Seems to work out just fine, so we're going to go ahead and leave it that way. Okay, so like I said, 2 things I want to work on today after he finishes up with all this. Let's go ahead and send him inside and have him work on his charisma just a bit. So as far as his stats, well, actually, you know, his stats are pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and try to find some new plants or whatever first, since he's in a pretty good state as far as like being like his fun, his energy, all that is kind of like up there. Well, at least his energy is like somewhat up there. For some reason, he didn't get fully rested whenever he was done. We'll go ahead and we'll have him finish all that. We don't really need to light that right now. Let's go ahead and let's do our travel there and see what we can do as far as going to our little destination. Okay, so we went ahead and we traveled on over to Willow Creek there. So a little small kind of like lowly cultivated type area. Well, I wouldn't say like lowly cultivated, but lowly like, I guess what term would be like updone, or you know, like kept up with the times there. We got a couple of like shacks and like little bits of like swamps and stuff going on here. Pulled a couple of these guys off the gallery there and went ahead and liked and followed them just because they did some really amazing job with some of these builds there, and kind of just fits in perfectly. So I know this little area here inside of Willow Creek does tend to have a couple of little spots there that we can go and find some wild growing plants. So see what we got of plants right here. Wild bluebells. We already have plenty of bluebells, so we don't need to really worry about that right there. What do we got here? This looks like a wild snapdragon, but that one hasn't been fully grown out just yet, so that's a shame. But at least we know where like an actual snapdragon is. That possibly we can get some of that. Here's a little like dig site. We'll go ahead and we'll dig on that guy while we continue to look for a few things there. Here's a couple of mushrooms. We'll go ahead and we can't even harvest the mushrooms for some reason. That's weird. I mean, they look like they were like ready to be picked there, like shining and everything. For some reason, we couldn't actually do that. Oh well. Well, let's continue looking here and see what we got. Got a couple people walking through here. Let's see. We got more bluebells that aren't actually bloomed just yet. I wonder why they aren't actually blooming. Because I mean, the wild bluebells should be in season. Then we usually have this typical spot that's over here. More snapdragons. They show that they're in season, but they're not fully bloomed just yet. Chrysanthemums. We got strawberries, which are also in the season, but still can't actually harvest that guy just yet because nothing is actually blooming. So, and then same thing for this guy here. More bluebells. And then we got our mushrooms that are here, but for some reason, I don't know why it's not letting me actually harvest those guys. It's really weird. You typically, unlike any other normal like play, we can usually harvest those guys with no problem. What is he doing? Just like randomly talking to some plant over here? Random. More bluebells and everything there. And then as far as like on the back porches of like people's property and everything, I see one of these guys have any sorts of plants or anything that they possibly pulled on in. I don't think there's anything from those guys there. You look a little rustic and whatnot, but I don't see any plants or anything on your back porch. Got some sort of like mound or something on that property there. And then for this guy, yeah, it didn't look like we have anything on that side either. So this is kind of a bust as far as trying to find something that we can harvest right off the bat there. We probably can come and visit in the next few days or so. And maybe these guys will be a little bit more bloomed there. Or possibly this is only like open to like residents of the area. I wonder if that's the issue that we're dealing with there. Oh well, let's go ahead and travel back home. That'll make it a little bit easier for us to get home there. We can work on our actual charisma and get that going. That way we could at least be ready for market day. I was hoping that we could have got a couple of extra plants there, but that does kind of seem a shame. Okay, so let's head on inside. We're going over to our little mirror that's on the inside of the house there in our bathroom, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk to this guy. So we'll do practice our speech. That way we can get our charisma up. I would like to get it, like I said, to at least level 4. And possibly, you know, kind of like well on our way to level 5 there. That way, if we're in the middle of market day, we could just easily possibly get it up to level 5. I love how the doors are automatically opening and that he's just kind of like melding his way through. It's like the game was speeding up, but he actually wasn't. And sometimes I've noticed that happen. I don't know if that's the mods that are doing it or if that's just the game being a little laggy just because of the lot that we're on. It could be either or. How are you already tired at 1 o'clock? That's a mood. Definitely a mood. Let's go ahead and get him through here and see if we can get his charisma up just a little bit. That way, you know, hopefully with all our plants that are actually planted out here, we could try to mark these guys up to be, I don't know, maybe like 25% or possibly even 50% and get a little bit of extra cash for each one there. And then, of course, I'm going to have to try to keep track of like which ones actually sold, right? So the last time with the table, it was for some reason not actually pulling anything off as far as our products there. And it's snowing again. One of those random sun snows. Let's see. Get that up just a little bit more there before he actually like passes out again. Maybe I don't think I can. I don't want to have him like take a nap or anything. I think I'll just like kind of like top off his needs and everything there, and then have him go to sleep a little bit early. That way he can be kind of leveled off. It's getting to that point. He's going to end up not having fun. He's going to stop his charisma before he gets it all the way up to level 4, and may have to finish it off for market day in the morning before we actually start market day. Yeah, see, there he goes. He starts complaining about his needs and everything. All right, so let's send him downstairs. Let's have him have a quick meal real quick. Have dinner. Let's just do a garden salad. That should be fine. That way he doesn't get too chubby there. And then after he's finished with his salad and eating that guy up, I'd like him to actually read a little bit on his book there that he has in his inventory. That typical spicy novel that he's got in, that Reel Her In. That way we can possibly get that fun up just a tad bit as well. Looks like we have something that we had discovered there. We need to open this guy up as well. I'll let that kind of play through and see after he finishes up making his salad and everything. Possibly we get some sort of rare thing that we could sell on our table for tomorrow. Quit picking your ear. He's like literally putting earwax inside of his salad there. That was gross. That is not the tang that we're looking for. But hey, at least it's not a brown salad this time. This table definitely, or the surface definitely needs to be clean there. It's a little bit dirty. All right. Let's finish your salad there. Get his hunger all the way up. And then we'll go and fix the rest of his needs there. But not before us finding out what's exactly in our little mystery box that we found. Come on. Open it. We found a My Sims trophy. Oh, okay. That's like one of those little figures or whatever. Okay. Well, we could probably put that on the... Hey, that's $50. Actually, I'm going to sell that right now. It's a couple extra bucks there. Why not? All right. Oops. I always end up doing that. I always end up sending myself into to build and buy mode there. All right, let's go ahead and clean that up there. Damn, I was really hoping to get his fun up just a little bit before, but looks like we're not going to have that much time because the last thing I need is for him to actually pass out again. We'll have to have him take a shower and everything in the morning, or a bath in the morning there as well. Let's get him up there doing that little squatty walk. Have him take his quick little poo there, and then send him on in to have a quick little sleep. And get him up quite early in the morning there. At least let him sleep in till like 5 o'clock. I think we sent him to bed at what? Probably like midnight last time, like really late. So that should probably be a decent amount of sleep. Go to sleep before you pass out, please. It's getting really close that time. All right, so that should be good. Yeah, so like once he wakes up there, we'll end up having to have a quick bath. So we'll just go ahead and cue that up right now. Since I was the one that told him to take a bath, he won't automatically cancel that out. And then after he's done with that, I'm going to have him reread Reel Her In. That way he can have a little bit of fun along with that before he actually eats his food there. All right, so getting pretty close. Well, semi-close there. There we go. That should be good. So 5:53, he's got himself a full set of energy there. Let's go ahead and have him take his quick shower. It is market day today, so we'll have to make sure that we go and do the typical thing that we need for market day, which is gardening, which he does every single morning, so it's not that big of a deal. And then go in and actually start our market to see if we can sell a little bit more. It's a great way to, meet the people of the town as well, having our little markets and everything. I think we'll do this one here. One thing I said I was going to try out was actually to remove this front little bit here, because it seemed to be having some issues as far as our like placing our cart there and having them like randomly like resetting and whatnot. I'm going to see if that was possibly the problem that we were dealing with. I'm going to go ahead while he's taking his bath. I'm going to pull this guy out here and rotate you around. That way we can go ahead and get that all prepped and ready to go after he gets his food in his belly and ready to do his selling and all that jazz. As far as his charisma, should we finish it out? I think we probably should. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do our practice speech. Let's see if we can finish out his charisma before he does anything else there. And possibly, well, no, so I had him do to reread the Reel It In and get his fun up. Dang. Hopefully we'll get his charisma up just from going out there and actually talking with the folks and everything for the market day. I was about to say, it's like, are you going to actually read, please? We need you to do that fun. Alright, let's go ahead and have him go and have some breakfast again. We'll go ahead and we'll do the scrambled eggs and bacon once more. And then have him come out and harvest all of his plants. He needs to actually weed these guys as well. Looks like we got some bug problems. Oh man, our plants aren't doing too hot there. Okay, let's see. Harvest everything. Let's weed everything. Let's spray for bugs. Let's weed. And then hopefully this huge queue here will be all good to go with everything. Let's go ahead and cancel the Reel It In. It didn't get the fun up exactly where I usually like to leave him, which would be about like halfway through where he just hit the green there. But I want to make sure we still have some time to get through our day. And I'm so tired of hearing that tense noise. That's literally every single time I play The Sims. Oh, God. Why? 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 I mean, his cooking's at 2, but why? Come on. I just literally had everything queued up, and now I got to go and put out my fire here. How did you catch eggs on fire? Stop freaking out about the fire and put the fire out. Oh, man. Because that's going to be a good setback for us to replace. Oh, man. That's not good. I can replace that, but this is not good. I'm going to have to hold on to that one for a while. So he still needs some hunger there. So let's go ahead and have a quick meal instead. And no, you're not going to eat chips. At least have a decent meal, like do cereal or something. Freaking chips is not the best in the world as far as your choice there. Go ahead and we'll put that back in the refrigerator, or our quote-unquote refrigerator there. He's like slamming the door. He's all mad. I just burned down my freaking stove. Just lost $200. This is the worst market day ever. At least we can get our hunger up there. Somewhat up. It's not the best thing for him to eat, but, I mean, what can we do whenever you've actually burned everything down? Let's take you. Let's harvest everything. Let's spray for bugs. Let's weed our entire garden there, which is going to take up a ton of time. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out our food there as well, just because we need to make sure that we salvage as much time as possible. So we can get all of our plants harvested here, get all of his garden all set and ready to go, and then we can start our market day, which is going to be a little bit later in the afternoon this time instead of being about midday where I like to start it there. But we should have a pretty good amount of plants for us to actually set. I may actually only do like the high selling ones instead of doing the mushrooms there, because as far as what we're gathering, we have our sage, we have our carrots, we have our those are the only ones that sell for 3, right? Yeah, the rest of them are 2. So I think I'm going to only put carrots and sage on the table there. That way I know for sure, like I can just kind of count how much actually sells, and I'll know which ones to get rid of in case we end up with that problem of things not disappearing off the table or like out of the inventory there. Go ahead and spray those bugs. That's the one thing that drives me the most nuts is like as far as like taking care of the bugs. Bug spraying takes so long. I don't know why it takes so long out of all the other things there. That should be something really quick. But it's like as far as like harvesting is really quick there. The weeding sometimes takes a really long time as well. Yes, it's just like that takes so much time. And this is why we really need a farmhand, because I mean, look, we got bugs to take care of here. We got a couple of extra ones that need weeding there. It's going to be real late in the afternoon before we do anything. And then, of course, he needs to go to the restroom. Oh, panic. Pure panic ensues. And then he's hungry again. Why are you always hungry? You don't need to be so hungry all the time. He didn't even harvest everything from the looks like it. It looks like we got some bluebells that are over here that didn't even get touched. It looks like our lemon trees actually sprouted though, so that's good. At least we'll be able to start getting some lemons soon. Take care of that. I guess he's going to run inside and actually go to the restroom real quick. I'll have him, I guess have like a quick snack or whatever. Let's actually open this up and grab those crisps out of there and actually eat those chips. And at least we can kind of set ourselves off as far as our hunger really quickly. And then let me go over here and actually open this up and get our store all set and ready to go. I'm going to put all of our carrots on there, and I'm going to put all of our sages on there. So 70 carrots, 15 sages. Would it be sages or sage? I don't know what the plural for sages is. We'll go ahead and we'll stock our table after that as well. Okay, so get that all done. This should be one of those things where he can walk out here. Yeah, he can stock the table and eat his chips at the same time. Stock the table. Or not. Or just stand there. He didn't even go to the restroom. Oh my god, he didn't go to the restroom. Okay. He's gonna end up doing like that like squat waddle coming all the way back up here. That's really annoying. Use. Why did you do that? Stop eating the chips. You're fine. What you're not gonna be fine is peeing on the ground or pooping on the ground for that matter. He's not gonna make it. Is he going to make it? Yay! He made it! Huzzah! Rejoice. For therefore we don't have to actually scoop up poop off the floor. That is our own. Okay, so we have plenty of carrots up there. We got a couple of pieces of sage up there as well. Let's come out and actually stock this table. No, we already stocked the table. We'll tend the table instead. Why are you sad? Very lonely. Well, we're about to fix that there because we're about to have a nice big sociable time trying to get people to buy all of our junk here. No, we don't need no Spice Festival. Although the Spice Festival probably would have a couple of plants and stuff. I know those typically have. Is this the Spice Festival? I think it is Spice that has a couple of plants that actually show up there. So we need to pay attention to that the next time it pops on in. We could possibly get a few more of plants to add to our garden there. Alright, so let's start the yard sale there. Get a few people showing on up and see if we can actually get a few things sold. Okay. Come on, people. Oh, here we go again. See this? My God. I don't know why people just randomly come inside of my house. You're not allowed to go in my house. This is something that we need to remember. Every single time that we do yard sale, we need to lock our doors before anybody shows up. That way they don't randomly just come running in our property there. I'm going to take this guy and lock door for everybody but Patrick. Of course, we're going to have to remember about the mayor to let him out. So that way we don't end up like Mr. Winemaker again. We're going to go ahead and lock all of those doors there. But since he is a wizard, he's probably just going to end up just going right inside of my house. Doesn't even care about the fact that the door's locked. Help yourself. That's fine. Whatever. God. I'm going to actually unlock that guy. That way he can at least work his way outside there. Alright. Well, so much for the mayor. I mean, that's okay. We want to make sure that the mayor is, you know, good friends with us and all that. But, jeez. I mean, a little bit of privacy would have been nice there. Is nobody going to show up to our market day? This is literally the saddest market day ever. We almost pooped on the floor. We have nobody coming to buy our carrots or our sage here. It's snowing outside even though it's a bright and sunny day. But automatically I'm energized. So yay, huzzah. Come on, people. Where is everybody? I wonder if Strangerville actually broke the market day. This is what like people were talking about there, because there's literally nobody showing up. That's odd, because usually there would be some sort of people showing up there. There's not a single person coming to actually buy anything. These folks are just walking through, but they're just normal townies just walking around instead of spawning on the property to do the actual the market there. How strange. Let me end this and actually start the yard sale again. Because, I mean, he showed up. Like, the mayor showed up, so obviously, like, that should have been the main kicker there. Anybody? There we go. Finally, we got somebody. All right. You. Hey, let's go and give a sales pitch. Welcome on in, Miss Ada Thorn. Or Ada? Ada? I think I mispronounced your name last time as well. Come on over and check out what we got there. All right, so we sold one of our carrots. Let's actually view our inventory and see. Well, that's not going to show everything on top of the table either, so we'll just have to go ahead and just let that show. So that's one sale that we made there. Let's go ahead and give a sales pitch on over to Maribel Schaefer and see what it is that she's got. Maybe. There we go. See, the sales pitch is not working either. We can't actually give a sales pitch to anybody. He just gets stuck on the actual table there. I think this is all the problem that they're talking about there. So this is something that we're going to have to actually look into and see what is going on with that, because that's a bit of a shame. Because we got one people showing up at a time when it used to be at least like 4 or 5 people. Now it's like literally one at a time coming on up and buying one single thing at a time, possibly. We got a little bit more there. That makes it a lot tougher to get the challenge through, at least for like the actual market days. Yeah, seriously, that's really weird. Very strange. Huh. I'm gonna have to look into that, because that could possibly hold us back as far as our series there. Really weird. Okay, so after a lot of digging, I couldn't find really anything about the whole table and it being busted or broken. There was some reports or whatever from, a couple weeks back about people having trouble with the tables and actually doing yard sales, but I couldn't really find anything that was like recent from a patch or anything along those lines there. And then since the latest patch as of 420, we didn't really get anything that kind of spoke out about this being broken or anything. So we're just going to kind of have to keep pressing forward with it and just see what happens on the next market day, which should be coming up. What's that? So the next Tuesday. So we pretty much have a whole weekend. We can get through a couple of things before the next market day comes up. You never know what could happen amongst that time there. So judging by this and judging by the fact that we're already pretty much done here and it's already 10 o'clock at night, we're going to go ahead and just end that early. This was like the second round of the, what's it called? The market day. So we did 2 different, what would you call them? 2 different yard sales to try to get a little bit of revenue going, because we had realized on the very first one there was literally nobody coming. So that was kind of a flop, to be honest. But we're going to just go ahead and do the typical thing that are in the rules there and just view this inventory, pull everything back in here, and to just sell it all. Once we get to that point there, we need to also clear the table here. That way we can get the rest of the stuff off of here. My little Patrick here is having some fun problems. We're going to have to try to get him to read a book or something by the time he goes to sleep there. Otherwise, he's going to be in really bad shape as far as the next day. All right, so let's sell all these mushrooms here. 42 bucks there. All the bluebells. We're getting a pretty good amount of money from bluebells there. So that's kind of keeping us going. And then parsley, of course, getting us 84. More and more that we can get as far as like, these higher cost or higher selling price point items, the better off we're going to be. 210 for our carrots here. And then another 45 for sage, just because we only had 15 of the sage left. And that's just our chips. We're going to hold on to those chips because you never know. Can always have a little snack with us there. All right, let's pull this guy back onto our property. Get it back over here where we usually keep it. Rotate you up there. least try to make that look somewhat decent on where that's going to sit there. And then let's have him come on inside. He doesn't really need to eat anything or anything along those lines there. Really and truly, he just needs to have a little bit of fun by the time that he goes to sleep. That way he's not like, I always end up waking up the next day in the morning and it's like always red. That's just basically how every time I play the Sims it's that way. And it seems the mayor, Michael Weatherly, is still in our house here. He's reading my favorite book too. That's the book I need to read to get my romance or my fun up there. And he's just in there getting all nice and steamy with a romance novel. That's just a little odd. Let's just make sure. I know I had shut the gates for everybody. Let's just double check and make sure that's all unlocked there. So let's unlock the gate here. Let's take you and unlock the gate here as well. That's one's already unlocked. And then our door, same thing, already unlocked. So he should leave at one point. He should go bye-bye. So let's get Michael. Not Michael. Your name's not Michael. Your name's Patrick. What the heck? What am I talking about here? Oh, we're not going to have you come spray for bugs, but we're just going to see where you're going to set that book down. Really? You're just going to hold on to it? Can I have my book back? What was he... I mean, hold on. Just 1 second real quick. So he was sitting in my house reading a romance novel and then has to come and wash his damn hands right afterwards. Literally, what in the world was he just doing with that book by himself in my sitting room? What kind of mayor are you? Is that how you got to be a mayor? You doing weird stuff like that? That is just strange. That is just very strange. Let's go ahead and find another book for us to read. We're definitely not touching Reel It In again, that's for sure, because that's just nasty. Let's go and read Love in the Time of Sandwiches. Let's see if this is a real page turner there. Michael, you can go ahead and vacate the premises. You have outworn your stay there, to say the least. Just take the book. We really don't want the book any longer. You can keep it. Say that's a gift from me to you, in good graces. Who are you? Why are you in my house and why are you making tea? Daniela Flowers, who are you? Can you please leave? I honestly have no idea what these people are doing in my house. It is 10 o'clock at night. Please leave. You can go. Bye-bye. You can go. I didn't invite you over. I mean, I'm not even sure if you bought anything off of my my table there. Look, they're just going to, I guess, help themselves to some tea. Oh, hi. Hello. Fancy meeting you here inside of Patrick's kitchen. My name is Michael. I'm the mayor of this town. What is your name? Let's see if this gets us a little bit of fun there. Okay, good. That'll be good. We can at least get Michael to a little bit more fun there. Maybe have him read until about maybe 1 o'clock in the morning and then have him kind of crash out for the night there. His hunger is a little bit low, energy's low, but at least hygiene and, well, just hygiene and bladder is pretty much good. So he at least won't wet the bed or stink the bed or stink and wet the bed both at the same time. It's really concerning that they're in my house, though. So I don't know how good practice that is to sleep with strangers in your home. Let's get that a little bit more there. At least we can get it up to about maybe halfway by the time it gets to 1 o'clock there. Then we should be pretty well off for the morning. He's going to be doing gardening and stuff in the morning, which is going to automatically get that fun up just a little bit more. But as long as we can get that semi-decent there, that's good. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll put that down and then send him to bed there. Cry it out. It's been a really bad day, guys. It's been a very bad day. I lost my favorite book. Nobody wanted to buy my carrots. And it's freaking snowing in the middle of spring. Just don't know what to think anymore. He really needs a friend. We really need to find a farmhand for him at one point there. Market day was successful, though, so that's good. Patrick had a wonderful time and got to do everything he planned to do, which was basically gardening. So as long as he got to garden every single day, there he's gonna have a little bit of a happy boost. Did they finally leave my house? Did they finally get out of here? Good. That's good. He probably needs to do laundry at one point, too, because his clothes are going to start getting stagnated, and he's going to start putting on some dirty clothes all the time. The only problem with doing the laundry day stuff is that you constantly got to stay up on top of that. All right, so we'll get him, let him sleep in. It's a Saturday. Let's let him sleep in a little bit. We'll go until probably about like 7 o'clock or so, assuming that it finally updates. I don't know if anybody else deals with that, but like always when it hits around like 5:30, it like sits there and rolls over on itself and never like continues on. It's like the game constantly lags there. And I'm hoping that I went through and I updated a lot of the mods just because of that whole mod apocalypse that came through. Every single update that we get always breaks a ton of mods. And there's a few that I didn't really see that there was any update for. We'll see if it possibly breaks on us. I mean, I know like all of the canning stuff is all good, which we don't really have any of the canning stuff down yet. I would like to kind of explore it just a little bit. There's also a couple new mods that I may introduce into the series once we get a little bit further ahead, because it did seem pretty interesting. And I may actually introduce it in for the next episode there as well, just because it's the one that goes along with cooking and everything. I'll explain it whenever the next episode comes along there. All right, I think he's slept long enough. He's got a pretty good amount of energy going there. Let's have him do his morning constitutional. Come on in and have a quick poo there. And then come on down and have a quick little bite of breakfast. So he's still holding on to those chips in his pocket. Probably should get rid of those. Let's go ahead and clean that up at the same time. And then we can come on in and get a little bit of breakfast. So we'll have some breakfast. Fruit salad. I don't want a fruit salad. Is that really all we get to have for breakfast? Is fruit salad? Where's the scrambled eggs and bacon? There's no available stove. Oh, my stove caught on fire. That's right. I completely freaking forgot. It's been like a week. There's been like a week or so in between like the two of these recordings there, and I completely forgot that this was on fire. Oh, that's gonna really put us out there. That's a freaking expensive stove. Why does that one cost so much? I mean, immersion and everything's great and all, but I mean, how much is just a normal cook stove? This one is $2,745. Yeah, $235 for a yum cooker. You know what? Looks and everything are great, but we're going basic. We're going full base. We're going to pretend that there's wood in the bottom of there. I'll stick some here. Look at it. Look. We'll fix the problem here. Let's go BB show hidden objects and bb.move objects on, and then let's go and search for wood. There we go. Go ahead and stick a couple of these bad boys down up underneath there, and boom, wood cooking stove, problem solved. Hopefully you can actually still use the stove after this. Just trying to make a point here, because that's silly how expensive that one stove is. Probably should try to find some sort of like custom content or whatever that looks decent enough to kind of pass off as like one of those stoves there, but like maybe just it repaints the yum cooker. That way, I mean, it can still have like the same like stats as far as it not cooking that well and like food not turning out that great, but at least it still looks more rustic. I mean, you shouldn't have to pay that much for a damn stove. All right, let's go see if we can actually cook some food there. So we're going to go and have some breakfast. We're going to do some scrambled eggs and bacon. There we go. That seems to be a little bit more reasonable for a breakfast time. You have no damn fruit salad. All right, go throw away those chips. You shouldn't have been sleeping with those chips in your robe anyways. That's just a little odd. Maybe he likes the crunchy feels as he's rolling around in his bed there. Please, please, please be able to use the stove. I'm hoping. Mix up those eggs there. Drop the pepper inside the bowl. I mean, like I said, I'm no cooking. No. Why must things be so hard? Why must things be so hard? Let's see. Come on, game. Hurry up. It's like chugging. Can't load build mode. Let's just pull this forward a little bit. I'll have to remove those logs later on. Hopefully that should be enough there. Resume. Ugh. Why must things be so hard? This is why we can't have nice things. This is literally why we can't have nice things. Fine. We'll just have to use our little pretensies brains there. Make the eggs. Resume those scrambled eggs and bacon. Burn them too, please. Don't pay attention to the fact that those are like little electrical coils. That's actually heated coils. I do like a lot of pepper in my eggs, so there we go. And burnt. Nice and burnt. What do we got here as far as quality? And excellent. I mean, again, not a pro at cooking or anything, but dropping the entire thing of pepper into my uncooked eggs and then also catching it on fire, like and having to like scrape it off the bottom of the pan. I don't know if that, means that it's going to be excellent quality. I'm not sure about that one, but we're just going to have to play the ignorant card and just let the Sims be correct on that one. Let's go and actually harvest all of our plants out here. And then we're going to need to weed these guys as well, and also spray for bugs, because we apparently have a lot of issues going on our plants out here. These bugs are going to end up killing all of our plants. We should probably look into getting some, what's it called? some bees as well, because we can eventually start harvesting for honey and then sell those on the table as well, because that will go for a little bit. But it'd be good, like, once we start getting some, like, actual vegetables. I'm hoping that maybe today we can go out and try to find some vegetables there, or sorry, not vegetables, some fruits, past just the lemon trees that we got, and maybe start looking into that canning station and see if we could possibly start making some jams or something along those lines there that we could possibly sell as well. So let's go on through and get all of our bluebells here. We're going to harvest all this up there and just see just where we're going to go to try to find some extra plants for our farm here. Now, I'll have to say, after we just got our skill up to level 6 in gardening there, that would have made it a lot easier to quickly weed those plants faster than that, because it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. Fun pretty much boosted all the way up there, which I'm very glad for. That way, he really does have a good time whenever he's out here and actually taking care of the plants, which really helps with that fun meter. But that social bar is really detrimental as well. So we really need to try to find a farmhand to come on the farm as well. That way we can kind of help with the social aspect. He can be out here and actually talking with the farmhand, and also the farmhand can help with taking care of these plants there. So let's go and see if we could possibly try to find somewhere that we can get some extra plants. I had tried Willow Creek before the previous day, and I didn't really see anything there that we could pull from. Dang, I should have looked around inside of Windenburg because of the blackberries, but it keeps freaking snowing. Like, it just started snowing again, so I don't know what's going on in the world right now with the weather and everything. But let's go back to Willow Creek. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky looking over in the whole swamp area again. We'll just go and visit let's just go visit the old Bayou Shack and see if we could try to walk around in the area there. It seemed like we have a little bit of a friendship with Danielle. I think she may have came to one of our, why can't I ever remember the name of it? The yard sale. That's a yard sale. So maybe she came to one of the yard sales there and bought something from there. We ended up talking her up nicely there, so we got a little bit of friendship. That's what helps out. If you're really friendly with the person you're buying your produce from, then you're going to be better off. Maybe you'll be able to cut yourself a little deal there. We'll at least let the townsfolk believe that, because we definitely need to get that little bit of money there. What is he sad about? Oh, social. Always the social. All right, let's go ahead and hunt around and see if there's anything that we could possibly pull here. See, there's all these plants that are in season, but they're just not they're not budding with anything. We can take a cutting from you, though. That'll be good. What kind of tree are you? You are a apple tree. Ooh. If we can get to the point where we can start grafting, we could probably graft these apples on top of the lemon tree, and then we can start actually growing some apples alongside of our lemons there. Chrysanthemums, they say summer and fall, so the outside of season there, where the summer and spring, so bluebells, we already have bluebells, and then strawberry bush, which is in spring, it's in season, but yet we can't actually get anything. But let's go ahead and take a cutting from you as well, and then water with tears, because why not? We're sad. Maybe that'll help out. Got some potatoes that are there, snapdragons, fall in spring, so snapdragons would be really good to have in our farm as well, but we really need to wait for those guys to actually bud there. So let's get Patrick over here to take those 2 cuttings and then actually, water the plants with his tears there. What do we have here? More bluebells. Let's kind of just hunt around real quick while he's doing that and see if there's anything that we could possibly pull to help out on the farm there. There's a little spot here that we can actually dig on, but I'm not really worried too much about that. Mushrooms back there. Got a nice little fishing spot that's there on the corner. We have another plant here, another snapdragon that's wild. And then more bluebells, but it's just allowing us only to view. So I guess we just can't do anything about that there. I'm so alone. And there's nobody to talk to on my farm but the plants. Only you truly understand me, strawberry bush. Now please give me a little bit of a strawberry that I could take home with me. That way I could grow you on my yard. Does it actually help out with social at all? Or is it just a thing? Did we take an actual cutting there? Let's go ahead and check our inventory and see. Looks like we have, we have spliced garden shoot from apples. I don't think it actually took a cutting from, let's see, that's apple. Oh, it did take the cutting from strawberry. If we can take another cutting, let's go ahead and get a couple more. Take that cutting there. I think it kills the plant though. Hold on. Oh. I think if you take too many cuttings, it actually, it kills the plant. No! What have I done? Oh, I am terrible. Like, he just... I'm gonna package it up and throw it on the ground there. Some gardener here. He cares not about this world. All right, so I'm not going to take a cutting from that guy. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like whistle home. Just, oh, nothing to see here. I totally didn't just kill this community strawberry plant there. Don't mind me. I'm not even from here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just be on my merry way. Bye-bye. Run away quickly before somebody comes and tackles you. That was my strawberry plant. Let's go and check around in like the Windenburg area and see if possibly we could get some blackberries. I keep thinking or keep forgetting that I think blackberries may not be in season. I thought they were, but they may not be. We'll still check the area because I mean it's been almost a week, and those natural growing areas outside of the lot there should be growing already. So I mean I'm surprised that for one the wild blackberry bush. I think those are out of season. I think they're in fall, summer or fall. Okay, of course, we got the more wild apple trees that are over here. We could honestly go and take more cuttings from these guys and graft them on more of our lemon trees there and get a couple of extra apples. Although I'm not 100% sure how much the apples sell for. If they sell for more than a lemon does, and I'm honestly not really sure if getting or grafting it to a lemon tree causes the tree to produce less lemons, so we'd actually be like worse off if they costed less. But we're getting some free food over here. Somebody made some hot dogs. Somebody made some franks and beans here. Am I feeling hungry? I may have to come over here and sneak a little bit of food. I mean, somebody's just going to leave food out there. Went through the whole process of actually making some food and not actually eating it. I mean, I'm not going to turn down free food there. Basically scavenging. Make sure this is not a rags to riches impromptu challenge here. All right, I don't see anything that's over here in this little area. And then, of course, there's a typical spot that's back over here where we got the lemons from originally, or wherever the heck it's at. I know it's around here somewhere. Always get lost trying to look around in the countryside in this spot here. So there's more bluebells there. Oh, no, nothing there. Here they are, back in this little spot. Yeah, so there's more like actually budding lemon trees, and then there's some cherry trees. Let's go actually come over here and take a cutting from the cherry tree. We can start growing those guys as well. Lemons, I think, grow all year round, so it'd probably be really good to get some of these seasonal trees to be grafted on our lemons there. That way we can constantly have a couple extras. So let's get him over here to grab a few of those guys, and then maybe grab a bite to eat. Right after we get done there, let's go ahead and have just a quick little hot or hamburger there. We'll grab a serving of hamburgers. What's the time on it? 3 hours until spoiled. Will he be able to get a cutting and eat in time? Where is he at? I don't think so. Let's actually have him grab a burger first, and then we'll have him go get a cutting. Priorities, right? You want to make sure that you utilize that food while you have the time. And I'd like to get these things like grafted and planted before he ends up going to sleep. So let's go ahead and we'll harvest the lemons as well, since we're already over here. We can go ahead and get a little bit extra money from that. And then take a cutting from the cherry tree, take another cutting from you. And then this is another one. We'll go ahead and we'll take 3 cuttings. I know I have to be very careful with the cuttings because when you go to graft it, I think last time I had messed with it, it had added in, or it actually consumed all of these guys. So it's like for one splice, it took the entire stack of my shoots there. So I need to be very careful with these. I need to find somewhere I can actually stick those like on the ground or something and keep that from using basically everything. All right, where are you at, Patrick? He's taking his time. I hate it whenever the whole like slow sad walk that they do. It takes forever. Eat a burger. You can't be sad when they're eating a burger there. Ah, delish. Be happy from this. It's really good food. It's different from your garden salad that you've been having literally every single day there. All right, you're good. You're done with that. Get that hunger just where we need it. And let's go ahead and press on there. So get those extra lemons. We can sell those guys. That'll help boost the income a little bit more there, just in case we end up in a bit of a pickle there. Oh, he only harvested just that one. Let's go ahead and harvest all. Pick that. And then, what do you mean it's all you can harvest? I guess this one's just like right out of range there. Go ahead and get that last one there. And then let's send him home. Hopefully he can get home before passing out there. See, this is what we always end up in the situation where it's like we need to do a few things on the farm there, but he's always low on energy. Let him kind of walk there. Let's sell a few of the things that we had harvested there. So that's going to be 84 for our, what was that, parsley? And then we have more mushrooms here for 42. We're going to have another set of sage for 105. So we made a pretty good amount of money on our sage there. Of course, the bluebells are always giving us a pretty good amount. It's just shy of 400 there. So that's boosting us up. And then our carrots for a whopping 210. Yeah, if we're going to plant more carrots, we'll probably hold on to a few from the next time there. Why did he just stop? Dude, I need you back at the farm. Come home. Don't just stop in the middle of the road there just because you're upset. I know your social's low, but geez, go. Don't stop there. It ain't going to get any better just sitting there in the middle of the street crying. Oh, no. Is there an emergency pea bush? I know that we're all in nature and everything. You just basically go anywhere, but is there a specific bush that I may just pop in real quick? He's going to wet himself. Oh, that walk's going to take forever. Good Lord. Why did I do this to myself? Let's go ahead and sell these lemons. The lemons are going to sell for a lot. So lemons are 6 a piece. So we need to make sure that, like I said, those apple trees and the cherry trees that we're about to graft onto there, or at least those shoots on there, we got to make sure that it's not going to be kind of screwing us over in the end there. All right, so first thing that you need to do is rush upstairs to your toilet and have a quick toilet break. And I guess what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to graft this tomorrow, but just because of the fact of his energy being low, by the time I get him in his potty and get him with his bath there, he's going to be too wore out to do anything. He's going to have to spend a lot of time like actually talking to his plants and stuff tomorrow. So it's going to kind of be an at-home day to kind of reset. Kind of like a, what is it, taking a personal day, taking a me day. Need a little bit of a mental health day there. Where are you going? No, stop walking and do what I ask you, please. He may have to go to bed stinky. Otherwise, he's going to pass out on the floor again. Don't do it, Patrick. You've already done that one time. It wasn't good. You didn't have a good time with it. Hurry. You don't need to wash your hands. You're just about to get in the bathtub. You're about to literally clean your hands. You need to wash my hands with my clean hands, or wash my body with my clean hands there. Did he just... He passed out in the damn tub. Gave him just that extra little boost of energy that I needed. Which, I mean, I'm not going to complain about because, like I said, he's about to pass out there. Let's get him going. Get him going. All right. Hop out of the tub. You're good. You're good, Patrick. Go to bed. Fix yourself. Don't cry it out. Just go to sleep. Everything will be fine in the morning. I promise you'll get to water your plants with your tears. We'll go ahead and we'll save this guy. We'll make sure that one's still going to be there. All right. So let's boost him forward there. Once he wakes up, I said we'll have another quick bite to eat there, and then we'll go outside and actually take care of our plants, and that should help out with our social and everything. So let's see, have breakfast, and that's going to be scrambled eggs and bacon, the usual, the good old morning routine. It looks like that our plants aren't having any weed problems, which is always really good as well. Oh, there they go. Now they're starting to pop up. But at least being level 6, we'll be able to take care of those weeds a little bit quicker there today. So once he finishes up with that, I'm too afraid to queue it up though until like he actually sits down, because I'm afraid he's going to cook the food but then not actually eat it, and he'll try to run out here and do some things with the farm. So we're going to go ahead and hold off on queuing that up just for right now. Let's get his energy boosted a little bit further ahead there. We have an MC command center error, so I'm going to have to look at that guy to see what ended up happening for that. But that is a little note there I need to make for myself. Let's see what mod, because there might have been a mod that broke on us just from him waking up. Something that should have been triggered there. So we'll take a look at that afterwards. Hopefully it's not anything too, game stopping for me there, because I would love to continue on with this this play. I basically took so long to get this episode out because I was waiting for the Strangerville pack to release, and then waiting for the pack to actually release for Strangerville, and then also for the patches and everything that were coming through. That way I could double check and make sure that all the mods or whatnot were going to be working exactly how I would expect it to. All right, cooking's about to go up. That's good. And flea market's in town, but we're not going to go out to the flea market. That kind of breaks the immersion there. So, dang, I was hoping that he'd actually hit that cooking level 3. All right. Oh, he did. Good. All right, so now you can also talk about cooking with other Sims. He can do pan-fried tilapia, chocolate chip cookies, and pancakes. We can have pancakes for breakfast now. That's snazzy. Too bad we don't have like wheat or whatever that we can grow on the farm there. That way we can or flour that we can like turn into flour there to make the pancakes. That would actually really be cool. After you finish that up, make sure you clean it up and everything there, and then come outside and take care of all your plants. Do the typical harvest everything. We'll do... Can you? No, you can't graft. Well, you can graft the strawberries on here. I need to look at that here in a second as well. Selling... No, see, that doesn't seem right. Doing sell all only for 28. I think it's like the super sell or whatever. We'll just harvest everything and sell it straight from our inventory just to make sure we're not boosting anything unintentionally there. We'll make sure that we water everything as well. So we'll have to water it all. We'll have to weed everything as well. Where is the... Oh, weed all. There it is. He needs to get up to a level, I think it's like 8 or whatever, that that you start just like, it's like take care of plants or whatever the term is, where it'll actually do everything. Harvest, take the weeds out, fix the bugs, everything all at one time, which would be very, very useful. Spray area for bugs, and then also, since it... Oh no, we lost it. We lost our tail where it said to water the plants with our tears. And of course, we're not going to be doing a text message, so let's go ahead and get rid of you. Maybe? No. Come on. No. Give me the one that you get to actually water it with your tears. That's the one I want. I don't want to cry it out in bed. I want to water my plants with my tears. I don't want to call the silence hotline. I don't even know what a cell phone is. Damn you, game. Now you're happy, because he's outside and he's with his farm again. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll take care of all these plants here. In the meantime, let's see here. Oh, I was going to look into seeing if we could actually pull some of these grafts out. So, not throw away, but splice garden shoot from apples. So I can't drag it off of there. Did I put a chest or something on the property that I could store stuff in? It doesn't look like it. Let me look and see if I can get one of those storage chests that we could possibly put a few things in, and maybe we can pull those off. Because the last thing I'd want is to completely consume something that we have there. I think it's in storage, miscellaneous. This guy, 240. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll pop this guy down. We'll just stick it like right here in the hallway for right now until we have a better spot for it. Now, can I drag this in here to open you up? Open you up. Ah, gosh dang it. I was hoping. There is a mod that I could put in here that I think would let me actually put that stuff in there. Maybe. I'll have to test that mod out as well. But I guess that means that we're going to end up losing some of our shoots there. That's really silly that it does that. Unless they've fixed it since the last time I've gone through this whole process. We'll definitely have to see there. We're getting a pretty good haul today on our plants there. Bluebells still, we're coming in with a ton of bluebells. I don't even know how many it is that we get per harvest there, but we definitely do have a ton. So it's a whole line that's right there. I did say that we may want to hold some extra carrots or parsley. How much does parsley sell for? Sage is 3, parsley's 2. I don't know if it's worth getting another line of parsley. It might be worth getting another line of sage, to be honest, there. Just because of the fact that the sage bush, like we only have one line there. These mushrooms, honestly, we don't sell for a lot. We only get 42 bucks. But I want to keep the mushrooms on there just for the sake of. Basil bush is out of season. They won't come into season until summer. Let's move these guys over just a little bit. We'll pull them into this next little section here. And then we'll put down a couple of bits more of our sage there. And see if we could get a little bit of extra boost coming from that. So sage, we're going to pop you open, and we're going to place down another row of these guys here. I wish it did the thing where it like picked up a bunch of them. If I could like hold shift or something, but apparently not. It's only giving us a little. Unless I drug straight from here. Ah, that's how you do it. Eureka. I won. I win. I figured it out. All right, we'll just do that much there. Since he's done harvesting everything, we could probably go ahead and sell all this. So sell for 84. Since it's not market day till next Tuesday, we basically keep selling into our inventory there. 84 here for our parsley, another 42 for our mushrooms, and then a whopping 392 again for our bluebells there. And then for our carrots, we can get another 210 from you. And then we're going to go and actually harvest some of the lemons here because we've actually been neglecting our lemon trees, which is not good. So after we're done there, let's go and weed everything. Let's go and harvest all of this. And then I need to go and graft. But first I need to water you as well. So water all. There's some bugs over here, so we need to spray the area for bugs. And then, give me a queue's full. Fine. Silly plants. Where's all my spring showers? That way I don't have to actually water these plants. I can't use sprinklers. I need a yard hand or a farm hand there. We're definitely gonna have to go and find one for sure. That'll probably be the next thing that we do is go and find a farm hand, because getting some new plants obviously didn't work out in our favor there. So we still need to weed everything over here. We still need to do the bugs, and then we're gonna go and get our lemons there. So we'll just see how that turns out. Okay, so we got that going on there. We have just the watering left and also the spring for the bugs there. We're going to go ahead and graft on this guy. So this very first lemon tree here, let's go ahead and graft one of these pieces. Oh, we can fertilize now. Should we? Probably should. Probably should research as well. Discover useful information about your plant. Let's go ahead and do a research just because we can. And then we'll go on and we'll actually graft on you. So graft. And we're, oh, okay, so I think they did fix it, because it used to, well, maybe they didn't fix it. We'll see. Let's graft an apple on you and see what happens with that. And see if it actually takes away everything, if it's going to cause some problems there. Take care of those little bit of bugs that have been flying around on that guy there. Probably shouldn't take as long, like the next day, just because of the fact, like, why does it keep snowing? Honestly, it keeps snowing in spring. This is the weirdest weather that we've had here. Sun snow. Always sun snow. Only day 8 of spring, it's constantly sun snow. Get those bugs out of there. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of research. We'll see just what we can find out about our lemon tree here, and we can test out and see just what kind of information it gives to us, because we may get a little bit of extra stuff there that would be helpful or useful. The research takes a little bit of time there. Almost. Almost. And, alright, so research the lemon tree and update it to the notebook. So unfortunately the notebook is inside of the what's it called, inside of this guy here. So notebook here for the lemon tree. So the seasons are all seasons. A hardy tree that produces lemons used for food and grafting. Graft with pear to get plantains. So we probably should keep an eye out for some plantains as well. That way, or sorry, for pears. That way we can actually make some plantain trees. That'll be very useful there. It also looks like the Splice of Life unlock a new plant type through grafting. So I think that's just what, achievement? I gotta do a gameplay a lot, so I'm like, maybe. So we achieved level 4 here, so we just need to evolve plants as well, because we need to be paying attention to our, what's it called, our aspiration as well. What level of our aspiration are we on? Is this still number 4 or number 1? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. What's that trait that we get? Sims that are naturalists don't need to fear fire. It won't touch them, and they can, ooh, that's very handy, because the last thing I'd want is Patchy to be dying on us like that. Okay, so we grafted the tree on here. It's a Splice plants, lemon and apple. It's in season. That guy's going to take a little bit to grow back up. Did that use all of our shoots? It did not. Thank God they fixed that. I don't know if that was like a bug or something from before, but that used to be a major problem. As far as this guy right here, let's go ahead and graft some cherries on you as well. Let's do cherry. Can we honestly graft a strawberry on a lemon tree? We're going to try that out. We're going to graft a strawberry. Look, see, it used it all. No, see, I'm not crazy. We only had 1 apple. I'm not crazy. It's still a problem there. So it uses your entire stack for that. You can graft it on the trees. That's exciting. That's really exciting. Okay, so we had 50 lemons from that, $300 from that. That's fantastic. And then also we got a leaf frog, apparently, whenever we're going through and actually weeding up our garden. So that's always good. Let's see. He's going apparently using AP bush? No, not quite. Let's go ahead and plant all these guys, though, real quick. And then once again, there goes all of our stats down the drain. It looks like a few of these guys are getting ready to be evolved, too. One of them's sparkling. Is it you? Which one of these is ready to evolve? Because I see one. Oh, it's my mushrooms. I'll have to come through and actually do some evolving on the next day as well. Let's get all this planted here. And then I'll have to water these guys tomorrow, just because I need to get him inside and actually have him go potty and whatnot, all that jazz. Alright, so let's go and use the toilets real quick. Probably top off his, what's it called, his hygiene there. just to make sure that he's good for the morning. That way we don't have to do too much in the morning there. And then we can get him in bed at a decent time. We actually have a little bit more time on our hands to do something else. Let's take this frog and actually pull it out and put it somewhere. We'll keep all the frogs in the barn out here, since we don't really have a lot of use for this barn right now. So go ahead and we'll stick that frog out here. He really doesn't do anything other than just to look at the frog there. Ooh, I didn't know that they actually moved. It's basic animation there, but that's actually kind of cool. I like that they do that. I know that you can kind of like breed them together, at least from what I remember folks telling me, but I've never gone through the whole process myself. All right, so we'll have him. He just got done with his bladder. We're going to have him top off his shower there real quick, and then we're going to put him in bed. And of course, his hunger will be quite low in the morning, but I think that'll be good there. So go ahead and hit the bed right when he gets done doing a quick little scrub. Just the essentials, just the pits and privates, the essentials there. Get out of your bathtub. Quit going to sleep in the bathtub. It's not a comfortable sleep, I gotta say. I mean, laying up against that wood there wouldn't be that comfortable at all. All right, so for that, we'll go ahead and get him in bed there. And then the next time that we come through, we're going to go ahead and, like I said, get our garden up a little bit more there. We're going to have these sage bushes all watered up. We'll take care of all the rest of these plants. Looks like unfortunately, we grafted everything that we could possibly graft there, but we'll take care of getting these trees all together, and then we're going to find a farmhand, because that's very essential to our next step there for continuing on and growing our farm to be bigger, because we can't get this farm any bigger. He's having a hard enough time handling these plants as it is right now to not have somebody actually come on and help him. So we're going to go over to the orphanage starting next time there and see just who would be interested in actually coming to live on our farm there. So guys, thank y'all so much for watching the video there. Hopefully the next one will be out quite soon. I'll do my best to keep on the recordings and try to get these videos pushed out a little bit more, but a better cadence. We're gonna continue on with this whole series there, but ultimately, thank y'all so much for being awesome and watching this video here, and make sure that you hop on over to Twitch there if you want to catch me building live, because I do a lot of building basically every single day there. Other than Monday mornings, I do all of my Twitch building, so you can check me live over on twitch.tv/FireHero. You can find all of the links and everything in my profile as well. So I'll catch you next time there, and I'll see y'all later.